everyone, I'm Chelsea with Ascend Your Asana, and this is Jinx. And today's class is all about opening up the body when you're feeling really sore and your muscles aren't nice and tight. We always carry so much tension in our bodies, whether it's just through anxiety from our lives and our busy work schedules, or simply from doing tough workouts, moving our body. Tension is normal in the muscles, like it's a normal part of life, and we don't have to live with them being tight all the time. And so this class is dedicated to just kind of opening up and feeling which areas in our body are tight. Everyone experiences tension in the body differently. So I encourage you to just kind of scan your body throughout the class and feeling areas that are a little tight. And if you notice a specific tension in the body, feel free to just take a little extra time to roll out. Maybe it's your neck, maybe it's just your lower back. Give it a good stretch. Just focus and give yourself a little more love in areas that you see fit for your personal body. And we're going to start out today in a nice reclined butterfly pose. So we're going to face towards our mats. Feel free to grab some blocks if you need to. We're going to bring the soles of our feet together. Place those blocks under your knees only if you need a little extra support. If you don't, then feel free to omit the blocks. And we're just going to kind of slowly roll ourselves backwards. So position yourself where you want to on the mat and slowly release down. Find what feels comfortable for you. If you want your feet a little closer to your groin, feel free to do that. We don't want too much tension on this area, but just enough to feel a nice stretch and release. Feel free to place your hands on your heart, on your chest, on your abdomen, or sometimes I like to place mine kind of on my inner thighs and just allow the gentle pressure of my own, like the weight of my hands, to push my knees just a little more open. Connect with your breath here. Feel gravity, allowing your body and your muscles to just kind of release into themselves. Just allow your breath to kind of return to its normal. And feel that tension release. You can close your eyes if you'd like. Just bring your attention to your breath. Maybe place your hands on your inner thighs at this time. And on your next exhale, slowly and just gently put a little bit of pressure, allowing yourself to release your knees just a little bit more. If you have to adjust your blocks, pull them out a little bit to allow yourself that room to release. Feel free to do so. If this is uncomfortable for your back, feel free to place like a towel underneath it. That works as well. And when you're ready, kind of put your hands to the outside of your thighs and slowly pull your knees together. We're going to plant our left foot on the ground, and we're going to pull our right knee in towards our chest. And we're going to grab the outer side of our thigh, point those toes, and let's stretch that foot up towards the sky. And as we get up towards the top, flex your foot, pulling those towards in, kind of towards your your shin or your knee, as if you're about like flattening your foot basically. Feel that stretch through the hamstrings, kind of through the back of the knee. And then slowly release it back down, pointing the toes again. Inhale, bring your foot up towards the ceiling, flexing the foot at the top. And release back down, exhale, inhale up, flexing those toes, feeling that stretch. Maybe roll out the ankle here. Roll it in one direction and then the next. And then release it back down. Let's do one more. Inhale up, pointing those toes, flex at the top. And then exhale, point those toes on the way back down. Let's release our right foot to the mat, and let's do it with the left leg. So grab behind the left thigh. Inhale, point those toes as you get towards the top. Flex that foot, pulling those toes towards your shin. Exhale, point those toes, bring it back down. We're kind of like flossing the nerves here. It's kind of just a little bit release for the legs, which holds a lot of tension in the body. Inhale up, flex those toes to the top. Exhale, back down. Inhale. Flex those toes. Maybe we roll out the ankle here. One direction and then the next. And exhale, let's bring it back down. And then release both knees. We're gonna pull those towards the chest. And we're just gonna do some slight circles with our knees. So use your hands to guide your knees. We're gonna do them in a circular pattern. As you pull your knees in towards your chest, feel that lower back press into the mat. Let's roll them kind of in a clockwise direction. Feel your lower back release off the mat when you kind of push your knees away from you. And then rest on the mat again as you pull them closer. Kind of opening up, rounding out through the back. And then let's release and do it on the other side. Just feel that awakening through the spine and through the pelvis. Good. And when you're ready, slowly bring those knees in towards your chest one more time. And just start a gentle rock that'll eventually bring us up onto the mat. And we're gonna come to a kneeling position. So let's put those blocks away. Feel free to put a towel if you need to, under your bum if that's a little more comfortable for you. And we're just gonna come into this nice thunderbolt posture. And you can kind of shift your weight onto your right leg. I'm gonna move the kitty so I can show you what I'm about to do. We're gonna kind of stretch the upper part of the foot. So release, let's kind of like pull that left knee up and feel that stretch. The cat doesn't want you to see this stretch. Here we go. And we're gonna release kind of some tension in that upper foot. So push your weight to the right side. And just take a few breaths as you feel that stretch. And this is kind of like an area of our body that we just don't really stretch that much. So sometimes it feels good to just kind of feel that stretch. We're allowing the weight of our bodies to kind of assist us in this posture. And release that left knee back down. And let's pull that right knee up again. Again, feeling it now through the right foot, right top of that foot. Couple breaths here. And we release back down. We're going to clasp our hands on our knees at this time, and we're going to just pull our chest forward, rounding out through the back, pulling our shoulder blades together, heart kind of forward, chest open. Take a deep inhale. And then on our exhale, let's pull our chin towards our chest, rounding out, pushing the body away, rounding out through the back in this kneeling cat-cow. Inhale, shoulder blades together, heart open. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale. Exhale. One more time, deep inhale. And let's exhale. Now bring your chin to your left shoulder and let's just roll it along the chest to the right shoulder and just back and forth. Rolling out the neck, feeling any tension that might be present in the shoulders and upper back. Maybe you bring it all the way up, bringing your gaze forward. And if you feel like a really tight spot, feel free to just stop and kind of focus on that area, doing some gentle rocking motions. Maybe changing the rotation now, doing it in the other direction. Shoulders relaxed, Arms relaxed. Just allowing any tension to release out of that upper back. Good. Now place your right hand on your left knee. Place that left hand out kind of behind the body, and let's just do a nice lateral twist to the left side. Gaze over your left shoulder, nothing tweaking or anything. If it's too uncomfortable, bring it back just a little bit, but we're just getting a nice little stretch through the thoracic spine. And then release, and let's bring it over to the other side, left hand on your right knee. Deep inhale, and exhale. Let's return to center. Let's inhale, arms up, reaching towards the sky. And on your exhale, release those hands, bringing them behind the body, clasping those hands together, pulling your shoulder blades, rounding out, opening up through the heart. Place those hands on the mat behind you if you can. Little stretch through the back here. And as if you were trying to pull your arms towards your body, but without actually pulling them, just engage those muscles. Feel as if you're pulling your hands towards your bum, feeling the activation of the biceps and triceps, and the nice shoulder opening up through the chest, gaze towards the ceiling. Nice deep inhale and exhale. Release the hands. Deep inhale, arms up. Maybe we come to a rising position. And then exhale, let's bring it down to all fours into tabletop posture. Gonna set ourselves up for cat-cow. Shoulders above wrists. Let's inhale, dropping the chest towards the mat, rounding out through the lower back. Gaze high. Exhale, tuck that chin in towards the chest, pushing, rounding out through the upper back. Inhale. Gaze forward, dropping, opening up that rib cage. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. When you can, let's bring that left leg and kind of bring it out, stretch it over if you can, maybe about a foot outside of your left hand. We're going to inhale our right hand up towards the ceiling, and we're going to exhale it over behind, kind of like that, our left foot. We're going to inhale, arms up, bring it high towards the ceiling, exhale. Feel that stretch through the hamstrings. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, a little bit of IT band stretch. And we release back to center. Bring that leg down. And let's bring our right leg up then. It doesn't have to go as high if that doesn't work. If you need it a little bit back, that's okay as well. We're gonna ground through that right hand. Inhale that left arm up towards the ceiling. And exhale, pulling it behind the right foot. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, threading it under the body. Inhale, and exhale. Maybe hold here for an extra second, feeling those hamstrings engaged and activated. And then we release back down into tabletop posture. Deep inhale, and exhale, send it back into child's pose. Feel free to rest here just a moment, collect your breath. I'm going to build up just a little bit of heat in the body and do some nice spinal rolls here. So let's inhale as we kind of round up, coming up onto our knees, sending ourselves forward, straightening out the knees into upward facing dog. Maybe those knees lift off the mat, gaze forward, and exhale, drop those knees, push, lead with your hips, pushing yourself back into child's pose. Inhale, round through the spine again as we come up, upward facing dog. And exhale, drop those knees, Lead with your hips, sending them back towards your heels. Child's pose. Let's do 2 more. Inhale, round through the spine, up. And then exhale. 1 more. Great. Inhale, awakening that spine, feeling that activation. And exhale. Good. Let's inhale 1 more time. Up into tabletop, tuck those toes under, and let's send it back into downward facing dog. Find your center. Collect your breath. Stretch those heels down. Pushing the mat away from you, sending your weight more towards the lower body. Try not to dump too much into your shoulders. Maybe you ground through that right foot, take that left foot and tuck those knees in, or those toes kind of by the Achilles tendon, and allow the weight of that left leg to pull your right heel down just a little bit lower. If this is too uncomfortable, feel free to rest in child's pose or downward facing dog, but we're just trying to get a little bit more release through the back of the leg. And we release. This time take our right toes, tuck them up kind of behind the ankle of the left foot, and allow them to help guide that heel just a bit closer to the mat. Great job. Couple deep breaths, and we release. Maybe we widen out those legs just a little bit. Let's take that right hand, ground through the left hand, and bring that right hand over to the left ankle, stretching it out. You can really feel it through the hamstrings. Little bit of side body stretch, and then release back down. This time taking our left hand, stretching it over to the right. Great job. And we release our hands back down. Let's walk our toes in. And we're actually going to come into a nice wide leg forward fold. Deep inhale, kind of like a halfway lift, straightening through the spine. And exhale, release yourself down towards the mat. Feel free to widen out those legs just a little bit, whatever is a little more comfortable for you. Another deep inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold forward. At this time, feel free to tiptoe your hands out just a little bit farther, pulling your chest towards the mat, feeling a little bit of the release through the shoulders. Couple deep breaths here. Great job. Maybe we inhale that right arm up towards the ceiling. And exhale, release. Inhale that left arm up towards the ceiling. Exhale, release, dropping your chest towards the mat. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale. Inhale, left arm up. And release. Let's do this a couple more times. Kind of to your own rhythm, your own breath. Activating the back as you raise that arm up towards the ceiling. Let's do one more here. Both sides. And then release back down. Kind of allow your arms to just dangle there, allow your head to dangle. Maybe you shift your weight back and forth just a bit. Let's inhale now, release our hands, pull them out behind the back. Inhale, stretch, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward, pulling your arms above and over your head. Allowing that neck to relax, that head to dangle. Again, maybe shifting your weight, feeling that tension in the legs, feeling that tightness. Allowing them to get just a little bit looser with each breath. And slowly release your hands now. We're gonna kind of wiggle our feet in towards the middle of the body. We're gonna slowly roll the spine up. Nice, relaxing into a nice mountain posture. Feel that grounding through the feet, through the toes and the heel. Gonna find that center of gravity for yourself. Open your palms up, relax the shoulders back. Nice deep inhale. Let's take another inhale, this time bringing our arms up. As we do this, pull your weight onto your right foot and bring that left leg down and behind the body and stretching it over to the right side. You can have your hands clasped, you can push in so the palms are out towards the ceiling, if that's comfortable for you. And release, exhale. Let's inhale, arms up. Pushing the weight onto the left leg, bringing the right leg behind and stretching it over to the left side. Nice right body stretch here. And we release, this time facing the front of the mat. Let's inhale our arms up. And on our exhale, let's push as if we're sitting back into a chair. Push those hips back, keeping those knees kind of over the toes, still not like too far forward. We want to pull our weight backwards as if we were about to sit in a chair. Relax those shoulders. Maybe inhale, come up onto our toes. Exhale, release. Inhale onto our toes. Exhale, release. Find your balance. Inhale onto our toes. Exhale, release. This time straighten out the knees, folding your chest forward into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Maybe we clasp our elbows now and come into a nice ragdoll. Again, releasing any tension through the body. Just allowing gravity to help open up our muscles. And release our hands to the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Step or jump back to the back of the mat. We're going to do a chaturanga. Exhale. Inhale, upward facing dog. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Allow yourself to find your breath here a moment once again. When you're ready, let's inhale our right leg back, pointing those toes, bending that knee. Let's do some nice hip circles here. So let's start in one direction, really opening up those hips. Feel that release in the body, and then over to the other side. Rounding out the other direction, just feeling those hips open up. Exhale, let's straighten out that knee. Let's bring it down through the body, bringing it out towards the left side. So about, again, a foot from your left arm. Let's ground through that right hand. Open up that left hand towards the ceiling. Feel that stretch through the IT band. Couple deep breaths here. And we release that left hand back down. Let's pull that right foot and let's place it on the outside of our right hand, coming into that kind of runner's lunge. Take a deep breath here, pulling that right knee close to your shoulder, grounding through that leg, not too much weight into the wrists here. Good, and now release, placing your right hand on the outside of your right foot. We're gonna drop that back knee back. We're gonna inhale, pulling our chest forward, and then exhale, straighten out that right knee, pulling the hips towards the left foot. As we do this, let's release those right toes off the mat and get this nice stretch. Feel it through the right hamstring. Let's inhale, pulling that right knee forward again, pulling our chest up towards the ceiling, and then exhale, push those hips back, release the right toes, stretch our chin towards our right knee. Inhale, roll forward once again. This is a nice fluid class here. Inhale, exhale, release. Let's bring it, inhale once more. This time, let's take our right hand and let's grab our left ankle. So pulling that ankle up and just sink forward if you can, sinking that way forward. Again, trying not to dump too much into the left wrist. Let's flex those toes, flex that foot. Nice activation. Feel it through the quad muscles. And then release. Pulling your hands forward. Let's walk it over. We're coming into this nice low kind of squat lunge. You can have your left foot flat on the mat, or you can have it up. I kind of like it. It's a little more comfortable for me to have my foot up. However you'd like. Feel free to put a block under your bum for this one if it's a little too uncomfortable for you. We're going to stretch our right arm out, and we're going to bring our left hand over. Inhale it up around the chest and up towards the ceiling. Exhale, sweep it in front of the body. Inhale, back up. Exhale, round out through the spine. Deep inhale. Exhale. One more, deep inhale. Exhale. Let's drop our bum towards the mat. Bring our right knee down. Deep inhale, arms up, and exhale. Let's fold towards that left foot. Feel free to grab a towel or a band or strap if you need to. Let's take a deep inhale, straighten out the spine, and exhale. I'll release through the spine and allowing your head to kind of come towards that left knee if you can. Deep inhale, straighten the spine, keeping that spine straight. Exhale, see how you can bend with that nice straight spine. Feel if there's any type of difference in that stretch. It's not about touching your toes, it's just about the process of opening up through the body and getting just to be a little better version of ourselves. Now let's release. Place that right hand on the outside of the right hip. Let's inhale our left arm up and over the body, pulling our bums up off of our feet. And then exhale, drop down, sweeping that left hand over to the left hip. Pushing up once again, releasing that right arm over, and then release, drop that bum back down, sweep your hands over, pressing through the right hand, pulling yourself back up. Exhale, release. Exhale as you're kind of sweeping, and then inhale as you come up. Let's do one more. Keep inhale, left arm over, nice kind of kneeling wild thing posture, and then exhale, release. One more time. Great job. And then we slowly drop. You can take a deep breath here. If you want, we're going to meet back over into downward facing dog on the other side. Tuck my shirt in once again. Press up. And release yourself into that downward facing dog. Let's ground through that right foot. Inhale that left leg back. Bend that knee. Let's do those wide hip circles again. Start in whichever direction you'd like. Do a few rounds of that. Just really feeling as if you're opening up through the hip. And let's switch directions. Great job. Let's straighten out that left leg behind the body now. Inhale as we sweep it down and across. Exhale under the body, about 1 foot to 1.5 feet on the outside of that right wrist. Ground through that left hand. Inhale that right arm up towards the ceiling. Deep inhale. And exhale. Feeling that stretch through that IT band. And then we release our right hand back down, holding that left knee now into the outside of that left wrist and dropping kind of into this nice low runner's lunge once again. Remembering to keep that knee towards the shoulder and just breathe through the posture, allowing your hips to kind of dip a little bit, whatever is comfortable. If you need to drop that knee, feel free. We're just going to hold it here for a couple breaths. And let's bring that foot now in between the legs. We're going to drop that back knee. We're going to inhale our chest up, gaze forward. Next exhale, push those hips back towards your right foot. And then straighten out that left knee as we pull those left toes off the mat, sinking our chin towards our shin. Deep exhale here. Inhale, bending through that left knee, pulling our chest forward. And exhale, pulling those toes off the mat, straighten out that knee. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale one more time. Exhale. Actually, let's inhale forward once more. This time taking that right foot, releasing it from the mat, pulling your left arm down and behind to grab that right ankle, flexing that right foot so you have it nice engaged, and then pull your weight, allowing it to release just forward a bit so you feel it through the quads. Feel that nice quad stretch. Again, not dumping too much into your right wrist, keeping that weight on that left foot, and just feeling that stretch through the legs. Good, this time release that right foot. Let's walk our left hand over. Let's come to that nice low side squat, or that side lunge, lateral lunge. You can have your hands in prayer if you want. Remember to grab that block. Now let's release our left hand. Bring our right arm over to our left hand. Inhale as we pull it up around the chest and release it towards the sky. And then exhale, sweep it across the body. Inhale, up to the sky. Exhale, inhale, exhale. One more deep inhale. Exhale. Great job. Release our bum back down towards the mat. Drop that left knee, pulling that left foot towards your groin. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, let's fold towards that right foot. Feel free to grab your strap again if you need to. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, rounding through the spine. Release maybe just a bit deeper towards your knee. Inhale, flat back again. Keeping that flat back, let's exhale. See if we can sink a little bit towards our knee this way. there's any sort of uncomfortableness, just back off just a little bit. We don't want to pull anything. We're just trying to allow ourselves this deep release. Now let's inhale as we release, dropping that left hand behind the left hip. We're going to inhale our right arm up, pulling our bums up and stretching it over the body, this nice kneeling wild thing. Exhale, release our butt back down, sweeping that right arm over onto the outside of the right knee, or the right hip. Inhale that left arm up and over. And let's do this a couple more times. Release. Inhale that right arm up and over. Exhale as you sweep down and around. Inhale up. Release. Let's try it one more time, squeezing it over. Inhale. Exhale. And our last one. Inhale up. And then let's release. Great job, guys. I love that little sequence. I love any wild thing kind of opens up through the chest and the back body. It feels really good. So now we're going to kind of end our little sequence today. We're going to just come into a bridge posture. So let's lower down slowly to the mat. Bringing your hands down alongside the body, knees high towards the ceiling. Let's inhale, pressing the mat away from us as we pull our chest up and pull our back and hips up towards the sky. Exhale as we release. Taking note of how your pelvis and your lower back are feeling during this exercise. Let's inhale, hips high. Engagement through the glutes, through the lower back, through the abs. And exhale, release. Maybe you take a couple like pelvic rolls here. Feeling any excess tightness. Let's do one more inhale, up. And this time, if you can, bend your elbows to kind of place them under your hands under your hips. And you can stay in this posture, allowing that support of your hips if you'd like. If this is too much for your wrists, then just feel free to stay in bridge pose. If you want, and if you're able to, maybe you could stretch out the knees, feeling those your pelvis open and those hips open towards the sky, supporting yourself with your hands. One deep inhale. And then exhale, bending those knees once again, coming into that bridge pose, holding yourself up so you can release your hands back towards the mat. Slowly lower yourself down. Good. Now maybe we'll bring that left knee up, crossing it over the right knee, grabbing our hands behind our right hamstring and pulling that right knee in towards the body. Flexing, keeping that left foot and that right foot flex. So kind of flattered foot, pulling that right knee in, feeling it through our left hip. Just allowing the body to wind down, reconnecting with the breath. This class is a lot of stretching, a lot of lower body with some spinal awakening. And just hopefully a little bit loose, allowing yourself to loosen up just a bit. Now let's take our right hand and guide it so that we're dropping that right foot towards the ground, and we're dropping that left knee over towards the right side. I'm just going to allow that stretch here. And we're going to release back up, this time placing your left foot on the mat, your right one up and over your left knee, and grabbing your left hamstrings, flexing those feet, pulling that left knee towards your chest. Feeling that stretch through the right side now. couple deep breaths here. Maybe you want to close your eyes. Just allow yourself to feel the breath moving through your body. Release your hands, taking your left hand over to your right knee and guiding it over the body towards the left side. Get that nice side body stretch. Your right hand on the ground, up to the side. And just feeling it, little bit of release through the lower back with this stretch through the side body. Taking notice if your shoulders are tense at all, your neck, just allowing them to release. And then we bring that back. And let's come into a nice happy baby. So we're returning to center. You can either grab your big toes or grab the outer side of your feet and pull those knees in towards your armpits. And feel free to just rock back and forth on your spine. This nice happy baby posture. Because who couldn't live without the little stresses of a baby? Like if that's all we had to worry about is when you're gonna get fed and relieve ourselves, that'd be perfect. But as we get older, those stresses kind of seep into our lives and we just have to learn to cope. And hopefully this class allows you to release a little bit of those stressors that you hold within yourself. And when you're ready, you can slowly release your knees, straightening out, dropping your legs down onto the mat, positioning yourself. Maybe grab a blanket if you'd like for Shavasana. Keep your hands on your abdomen. Maybe release them out alongside the body. Just allow yourself to kind of release into your mat. Release into the earth. Roll out the shoulders if you need to. Get the proper positioning. Allow your hands to relax, your feet to relax, your ankles. Maybe do a quick scan of the body to see if you're holding on to any tension anywhere, if anything feels tight. Just envision your breath going to those tight areas and releasing. If you find your mind wandering, gently return it towards your breath. We have all day to worry about the other things in life. Let's focus our attention on healing ourselves today and at this very moment. I'd like to thank you all for practicing with me today, and hopefully this allowed you just a little bit of release in your muscles and in your mind to allow you to go forward today with just a little bit more relaxed. Thank you so much. Namaste.
If you enjoyed this class today, it would mean the world to me if you liked and subscribed to my channel. Thank you.